If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the WoW in transmogs.
We're going to steal the first set here, or the first piece here, Abandoned Spaulders of Arrowflight. It's got a hunter name, but those are a shaman tier, of course, from Throne of Thunder Heroic. This is the piece that hunters can pick up, and I think they should for this set because it looks amazing. Ashari Storm Surger Vaz, which is Nazjatar, from the Nazjatar Quartermaster, 5 mana pearls. You could also get this from World Quest rewards. Moving on, we're going to take a look at the belt, part of the same tier set as the Shoulders Long Draw Chain Belt. Throne of Thunder Heroic, Raden is the boss, 10% on the drop rate for the belt. Moving on to the legs, Shari Storm Surger Trousers, which of course out of Nazjatar Quartermaster, 5 mana pearls if you want to buy it, or of course you could always get it as a World Quest. Now we have the Feet Verdant Linked Boots Dragon Blight. It's a quest reward, so that's pretty easy to pick up. And doing the spin, showing the cape. But first we're going to talk about those gloves, which are part of the same set as the belt and the shoulders. I want to keep in mind that the chest and the legs have a little bit more of a green look to them. Can't really see it in the video because when it got chroma keyed out, some of that color came out. I certainly can't use green chroma key, so I was in a little bit of a bind there. Anyway, the headpiece, One Eye Patch, Cape of Stranglethorn, another quest reward. So a lot of these pieces super easy to pick up, and you're going to have to learn to like Throne of Thunder. The weapon, super easy. It's an heirloom, Eagle Talon Spear. Really like the red look for hunters, and this is an easy set to get. Head Shrinker Shoulders, which you can buy in the auction house, getting cheaper as we approach Shadowlands. Or if you get lucky, Isle Expeditions is a place where you can pick it up as well. Moving on to the chest piece, which you could get out of Well of Eternity from Queen Ashara. That's the kind of thing that you could try once a day, so you got a pretty good shot at getting that if you're persistent. Moving on to the belt, which is out of Throne of Thunder. A lot of Throne of Thunder stuff today. Throne of Thunder LFR version, Manara is the boss, and kind of a fair drop rate to pick these. Abandoned Zandalari Water Chain. That was before the Zandalari hooked up with the Horde. Now the legs also out of Well of Eternity, Manaroth, so you got a double purpose there if you want to farm that out. Next up, we're going to talk about the boots, probably the hardest piece in the set to get. Star Stalker Treads, Tomb of Sargeras, Mythic, Kill Jaden, about a 5% drop rate on the boots. Doing the spin, showing the cloak, which looks pretty epic. And now we're going to talk about the wrists. These are wrists, obviously. They're not gloves. Tomb of Sargeras, Garoth is the boss, 8% to get the Pain Singed arm guards. Moving on, we're going to talk about the back, which is straight out of Nazjatar. It's benthic gear, so 5 mana pearls to buy it, or if you get lucky, do a world quest to get a cloak. Eye patch, once again, was in the previous set and this set as well. One of my favorite looking eye patches in the game. And the weapon, Throne of Thunder Heroic, Primordius is the boss. I really like the uniqueness of this set, and it's really just 2 sets combined. The shoulders are dual-bladed pauldrons, Icecrown Citadel Heroic, 25 man, rod face, good drop rate to pick up those shoulders. Now we're going to move on to the chest, super easy to pick up. You can buy it on the auction house, the Bramble Male Huberk. I strongly suggest you check that up on Wowhead because there are quite a few lookalikes. Moving on, we have a Lady Draenei showing the belt, Icecrown Citadel, Heroic, 25 man, Fester Gut drops a belt. It's cord, kind of the same thing, belt, cord, kirtle, 16% drop rate. The legs, part of the same set as the chest, Bramble Male Greaves, Dark Heart Thicket, there's the boss, low drop rate. Once again, a lot of lookalikes. Check it on Wowhead. The feet treads of the Wasteland, Icecrown Citadel Heroic, 25 man, Prince Valinar doing the spin, showing the cloak. First the hands, Icecrown Citadel. So out of Icecrown Citadel we have the shoulders, the gloves, the belt, and the boots. The back, Dreadful Gladiator's Cape of Cruelty, super easy to get, just 1 mark of honor. Mop Land is the place to get it. Threw in a shirt here for extra gray look, which is something that is bought from a vendor for some gold in Stranglethorn, Cape of Stranglethorn, or, you know, that little cape where the boat is. And there's the head, that's alliance only. And the weapon, Dragon Slayer's Shortbow, quest reward from Sholazar Basin. Gonna start off with the shoulders, which probably were intended for a shaman, but I like it here. Goes with this gray, black, and light blue set. Blackrock Foundry to pick up the shoulders. Now we're gonna move on to the chest. You could put a lot of different pieces here. I went with something from Vanilla, Knight's Breastplate, Western Plaguelands. Harass is a rare. You could farm it off of or buy it on the auction house. The belt is the Binder's Chain of Unending Summer, or for me, Unending Inability to pick it up. I've been difficult piece to get. At least for me, it's been Terrace of the Endless Spring. The legs, part of the same drop set from Vanilla as the chest. Feralus, there's a rare there. Decent drop rate to farm it or buy it on the auction house. Now we're going to move on. Switch it to a human dude. That's Luxeley. Say hello, Luxeley. High Stride Greaves, High Mountain, Stonebinder Agrog. Looking at also the auction house to get those. Grips of Rekindling, Blackrock Foundry Heroic is placed. Decent drop rate for those gloves. Moving on to the back cloak of Hideous Unity, Hellfire Citadel, Fell Lord Zakun, 18% drop rate. Now the tabard, here's the deal with this. You got to get a Lich King kill with someone with Shadowmourne, then you get a quest, and this is one of those rewards you get. The head, Mask of Howling Storm, super easy to get. You could spam, run Mana Tombs all day if you like. And the weapon is a crossbow out of Pit of Sarin, 8% shot to get Fell Glacier Bolter. A few people wanted to see some Survivor stuff, so we got two of them. This is the second one. Warmongering Combatant Ringmail Spalders, WoD PvP Vendor, 3 Marks of Honor to pick up those shoulders. Moving on to the chest. Now, I always like this, even though it's this chest piece. It's crafted from Wrath of the Lich King, Swift Arrow Hubert. We also went with the legs from that crafted set. One of my favorites, even though it's kind of plain looking. The belt, Vindictive Gladiator's Chain Clasp. Legion PvP Vendor, Marks of Honor. You got to buy the whole set in order to get that belt, but that's a great looking set, by the way, I have to say. The legs, Swift Arrow Leggings, Wrath of the Lich King level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker or your local auction house for those legs. Now we're going to move on, and we have a Lady Nightborn showing Atoll Treaders. Shimmering Expanse, Swift Action is the name of the quest, obviously a quest reward. The hands, Warmongering Combatants, Ringmail Gauntlets, WoD PvP Vendor, 2 Marks of Honor to pick those up, part of the same set as the shoulders. Windswept Dino Riders, Cape Zuldazar. It's a world quest for both Horde and Alliance. Moving on to the tabard, August Sentinel's tabard, Stormwind Ogremar, gold and rep to pick that up. Beautiful tabard, don't you think? Moving on to the headpiece, my second favorite eye patch, Stockade's quest reward for both Horde and Alliance. The weapon, Siege of Ogremar Mythic, Fuck the Bloodthirsty drops that spear. And we start off with the shoulders. Once again, visiting a shaman set, the Knight. Well, basically the Emerald Nightmare Mythic, Spoils of the Nightmare, 5% drop rate for the Thorny Bramble Mail Pauldrons. Moving on to the chest, super easy to pick up. It's crafted, Legion level leatherworking, Battle-bound Hubert, super easy to get. Now we're showing a little bit of love for hunters with shaman gear. They look good in some shaman gear, especially the shoulders. Basically, Creeping String of Lava, the Emerald Nightmare Mythic. Nithendra is the boss, kind of a fair drop rate to pick that up. Moving on to the legs, which are part of the same crafted set as the chest. Battlebound Leggings, Legion level leatherworking, or probably buy it on the auction house, which probably be an insane price, but I don't know, find a leatherworker, get it done, which is what you'll have to do to get the feet as well. So the feet, the legs, and the chest are all crafted from Legion level leatherworking or bought on the auction house. The hands, Gauntlets of the Demented Mind, the Emerald Nightmare Mythic. Yasandra is the boss, 5% on the drop rate for those gloves. Part of the same tier set as the shoulders and the belt. The back, Parrot Feather Cloak, Freehold, Sky Captain Crag, 12% on the drop rate for that reddish cloak. Kind of a burgundy look, really. The head, Steam Slither Helm. It's really kind of just like a neck brace. Ranjit is the boss. And the weapon, straight out of Highmaul, Bracken Spore is the boss. 13% drop rate for the bow. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and leave you with this final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning or it's afternoon or night, make your day epic.